Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the broadcast booth in the Waterbury Career Academy Gymnasium as we have a Naugatuck Valley League matchup between the visiting Wolcott Eagles and the home Career Academy Spartans, live from the top of Long Hill off of Berkeley Heights on the north end of Waterbury, Connecticut, on a cold Tuesday afternoon after Christmas. I hope everybody had a good holiday. Now it's time to unwrap some good league basketball as the 1-1 Career Academy Spartans, coming off their first loss of the season on the road in a non-league matchup versus Danbury, look to correct the course as the visiting Wolcott Eagles, fresh off of their first win of the season after starting 0-2, 0-1 in the league. Now they stand at 1-1 in the league and 1-2 overall with a recent convincing win over the Woodland Regional Hawks, 67-51. So a couple of dueling narratives on tap tonight here on DET Sports Media. We are just a few minutes from the opening tip. We will come back for that and the intros here on DET Sports Media, Waterbury Boys High School Basketball.
And welcome to Waterbury Career Academy for tonight's basketball matchup between the visiting Wolcott Eagles and the WCA Spartans. Prior to the game, we'd like to remind all spectators that the CIAC and NBL require us to maintain high standards of sportsmanship and appropriate conduct toward players, other spectators, and officials. Also, all student athletes should support a positive and encouraging environment. At this time, to honor America, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And now for your WCA Spartans, number 11, the Sunny Yates. Number 24, Drew Williams. Number 2, Zaire Lott. Number 12, Sonny Pierce. And number 3, Jason Kennedy.
So those are your starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Running it back quickly for you, the visiting Wolcott Eagles wearing their traditional red jerseys with the white lettering. Starting for them, number 1, Terrence Stevens. And then we have Jay Von Moraes, the Waterbury Career Academy transfer, with his revenge game on slate tonight. And we have Ryan Ravizzo, Joseph Ferrucci, and Quentin Outlaw rounding out the starting 5 for the Wolcott Eagles. And on the other side of the court, the home Career Academy Spartans wearing their traditional white home jerseys with the gold lettering. Sonny Pierce, Jason Kennedy, Zaire Lott, Drew Williams, and Dasani Yates round out the top 5 in a very dangerous top 5. 4 out of those 5 averaging double figures in this early stages of the season. And their head coach, Ronan O'Leary. On the other side of the ball, first-year head coach Anthony Gampetruzio for Wolcott. And we have a veteran officiating crew in the middle, Jose Dos Santos and Tim Lynch will be calling the shots here in this game as all the players take the floor as we get our signals. Players wait at center court as Mr. Dos Santos gets the players set, and we are off as the pump fake is successful for everybody, and the tip is won by Career Academy. So now into their offense they come. Lott drives around, loses it, and back the other way comes Moraes. So an early turnover for Career Academy. Now as Moraes gets it in the corner, Ravizzo plays with it, and he plays it a little bit too much, loses it. Back the other way quickly, Pierce lays it up off the glass and in. So the first score of the night for Career Academy is now the pressure defense right off the bat. And it's effective for Career Academy. Early turnover for Moraes. And back the other way will come Career Academy with that aggressive trapping defense trying to set the tone early. As now Drew Williams crosses the timeline and gets Career Academy into their offense. So Williams waits man-to-man defense for Wolcott. Now up top is Pierce. Pierce waves off his man in the post. Now Williams plays it up top. Now Kennedy drives middle, nice stutter, half spin, dream shake, no good on the fall away, and quickly back the other way is Wolcott, and Ravizzo loses the handle on what would have been an easy lay-in. But another turnover for number 4 for the Eagles, and back the other way comes Career Academy nursing that early 2-0 lead. So now Williams in the corner to Lott. Lott, no hesitation, air ball 3 off the shoulder of Wolcott. That's Ferrucci off the shoulder of him. So it'll stay on this side of the court with Career Academy. Drew Williams away till inbound it. Off of that air ball shot, no hesitation. Now inbound it quick, Yates. Drew Williams gets it back, drives in, easy lay-in for 2 for Drew. So now the pressure defense waits, having some trouble getting it in. Was Terrence Stevens, and Stevens got it into Moraes, but then didn't establish himself inbounds, so technically out of bounds. So another turnover, and Career Academy will get possession back. Inbounding it, Drew Williams now up top. Williams gets the screen, drives left in the paint, right-handed, misses the layup, it rims out. Fight for it down low, battle, and it is off of Career Academy going the other way. Wolcott ball. So now underneath Moraes will inbound. As they look to get on the scoring sheet, now into Stevens. Moraes splits a couple defenders, gets it up ahead. Oh, and had a layup, but ended up kicking it out to Ravizzo. Now they'll set up top with Moraes as Career Academy settles back into a man-to-man defense. So Ravizzo ends up getting it to Stevens. Stevens now poked away. Career Academy comes up with it, and quickly back the other way is Kennedy. Kennedy, nice pass inside for Pierce for 2. And Career Academy extends their early lead to 6. Now quickly breaking the press is Stevens. Nice up and under lay-in is good. So that breaks the seal for Wolcott, as Stevens with a nice driving lay-in through the press. Pull-up threes up, off to the right. No good. That miss there from Pierce. And now back the other way comes Moraes. Moraes driving, good defense from Williams, pressuring right up in him. Now Moraes gets by him, finds some space, gets a nice little floater up off glass and in. So Moraes cuts the lead down to 2 now. It's 6-4 with 2 minutes elapsed here in the opening quarter. And Wolcott now back in this, finding some space in this press. Now Wolcott's bench being heard, driving in. Kennedy misses the layup, but he's fouled inside, helped up from Moraes, and he'll head to the line for 2. So the foul on Moraes, that's the first foul of the game. Fouls on number 3 on number 3. So now Kennedy will head to the line for 2. First shot's up and good for Kennedy as he gets on the score sheet. And he'll have another crack at it now. As he settles, rises up and buries the second one. So 2 for 2 from the line and nearly another turnover for Moraes as he's pressured in the corner. Poked away, it'll remain Wolcott ball. But this press is really giving Wolcott some problems. It's either feast or famine. They've had opportunities at layups or they've just straight up turned the ball over. So now a long 4 count ends up getting it over the top now. Ravizzo 1-on-2. Defense gets back. Pull-up jumper now from the corner. No good for Ferrucci. And it's boarded for Career Academy. Quickly up ahead. 3 ball is up. No good. Rattles out. That was Kennedy on the 3. Offensive board for Dasani Yates for a moment. Now Drew Williams ends up coming up with it. Misses another layup. Lots of contact. And now quickly up ahead. 3-on-1. Stevens, now he's fouled hard down low. Lots of bodies colliding. And we'll see who the foul is on. It could have been on any one of the 2. But instead it's on Sonny Pierce, his first on the team, and to the free throw line after getting banged up. His leading scorer for Wolcott, Terrence Stevens. So now Stevens settles. First shot is up and off the back of the rim. And it rattles out as we have our first sub of the game. Checking out is Ravizzo. And coming in for the first time is Carol Tawaya for Wolcott, as Career Academy will give their starting 5 some more run before making any substitutions, as the second free throw is up and good. So Stevens now at 3. He's the early leading scorer for Wolcott as they have 5. So we're about halfway through the first quarter. Back up the other way comes Career Academy, poked away, fight for it, but now in the backcourt it's gathered by Pierce. Pierce now looking to beat his defender to the rim. He does. Layup is up and good. So Sonny Pierce off to a good start. He's got 6. Now the pressure again bothering Wolcott is Moraes now. Shaky dribble, but a travel now. Just checking into the game was Tawaya. Started moving before he put the ball down, and it's going the other way as we're exactly at 4 minutes. And at the moment, Career Academy doubling up Wolcott 10-5. They'll get possession back as it's inbounded into Jason Kennedy. So Kennedy now crossing the timeline. Makes a move on his defender. Doesn't get by him though. Kicks it out. Pull up pump fake. Partially blocked and no good from Pierce. And now it looks like we had a foot on the line and another turnover for Wolcott. And inbounds underneath for Career Academy. So before the game, Coach Gampetruzzo for Wolcott wanted his guys to cut down on the turnovers to lead to success as we have a 3 ball up and good for Jason Kennedy. As we have a foul here on the other end. 80 feet from the basket on Sonny Pierce. That's going to be his second, so Coach Ronan O'Leary can't like that one, but now inbounding full court again, it will be Wolcott. So they'll try to get it in, poked away, deflected, now right to the rack, in through contact, Sonny Pierce. Nice take there. As we have a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout for Wolcott as Career Academy extends their lead out to 10 here in the first quarter. As we'll take a quick break, as do the teams. We'll be right back. This is Waterbury Boys High School basketball on YouTube. So the huddles break, and we are back in action. Welcoming you back to the broadcast booth here in the Career Academy Gymnasium. The Spartans of Career Academy jumping out to an early lead, thanks in part to their pressure defense, as we have a couple substitutions. We'll name them as we go along, as now Career Academy falls back into their man-to-man defense as the pressure's broken. Skip pass into the corner over to Ferrucci as he now gets it to his guard. Moraes, as he brings it back out, looking to reset, checked up top by Kennedy, drives in, wild layup, no good. Offensive board put back by Tawaya. Gets the offensive board again, kick out, 3 balls up, no good, off the heel. And now on the top of the backboard, out of bounds. That shot missed by Ferrucci. And back the other way will come Career Academy off the missed shot. So checking into the game for the first time, Aiden Cross for Career Academy, first substitution of the game for them. As into the game is number 21 for Wolcott. Get you a name on him for a second. As the 3 ball is up and no good from Lott. Is now pressuring in the backcourt as Career Academy breaking it easily. No look pass inside. Tawaya thought about the shot but brought it back and turns it over again. So now back the other way quickly. Kennedy pull up 3 up, no good off the back heel. Good box out there inside by Stevens as he looks to push, outrunning everybody inside. Lots of contact, wild shot. No good, but he will head back to the free throw line for 2. Foul on number 5, Aiden Cross, who just checked into the game, his first, team's third. Is now to the line for the second time, shooting 50% on the night. Early on is Terrence Stevens. So the first one's up and no good, rims out as we have another substitution for Wolcott. Out of the game, Ferrucci checking in. It's number 23 for the Eagles. Now as Stevens' second shot is up and good. So Stevens up to 4 on the night, shooting 50% from the line. So we have 2.5 minutes now to play in the first quarter as Drew Williams brings it up the court into their offense and poked away. Good defense there from Moraes. And it'll stay here from Career Academy, but good defense there. As now inbounding it is Cross, nowhere to go. Throws it into the backcourt to Williams, and Williams gathers. Now Williams dribbling in. Alone one-on-one with his defender. Now inside, contact, charge. Basket is no good, so the foul on Drew Williams. That's his first, team's 4th here in the first quarter as the defender waited patiently and drew the charge. So now Career Academy in a diamond press, a 1-2-1-1. So now Tawaya breaks it easily, 3-on-1 if they hurry. Stevens instead pulls up for the 3, no good. Big board there from Kennedy as he looks to push. Defense gets back though, pull-up jumper from the elbows, up and good. So Kennedy now. And Pierce doing a majority of the scoring for Career Academy as now the press is broken again quickly. Stevens pump fakes, drives in, up and lays it home. Nice move there with the footwork from Terrence Stevens, leading scorer for the Wolcott Eagles, and he cut 9 back to single digits. So we're down to 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Career Academy now. Drew Williams one-on-one takes his man. Nice lay-in inside for Drew Williams. He's back in the swing of things as Wolcott now breaks the press again into the front court, dribbles into a leg. The Stevens, but quickly back the other way. Floaters up through the contact and in. Quentin Outlaw with the bucket. His first of the night is Coach O'Leary doesn't like either the effort or the no call. Is now a turnover. No. Poked away by Wolcott. And it'll stay here with Career Academy. Substitution into the game, checking out Dasani Yates, the senior big man, and checking in for the first time, Dylan Rossi, the sophomore, is now inbounded to Kennedy. Pull-up jumper, gets a little contact on the chest, no good, but rebounded up through contact, no good. But Rossi will head to the line for 2. Foul on Quentin Outlaw, his first, team's 2nd. So no trouble there for Wolcott. But now Rossi heads to the free throw line for a pair. First one's up and no good. They'll gather for a second shot. Everybody settle. Second shot is up, no good, so 0 for 2. But we have a foul underneath on the push. So foul is on number 23 on Wolcott. That'll be his first. And now the team's third, so the old broadcast jinx is it's inbounded to Kennedy. Williams now swings it into the corner. Cross thought about it, but shuffled those feet before taking off and turns it over. Had the open three, probably should have took it. But instead of turnover, is now thrown underneath their own basket is Wolcott. Dangerous pass, trying to break the press now through the contact as Stevens gets it inside. Outlaw, nearly an air ball, poked and fought for, and Kennedy comes up with it now. Pulls it back, defense is waiting as he hesitates, drives in. Nice pass through traffic, but it can't be handled. And it's picked up the other way by Moraes, and he's fouled in the backcourt by Kennedy. So Kennedy picks up his first, and now that's the 5th team foul, but bad news for Wolcott. They have to go the length of the court again versus this diamond pressure from Career Academy. Another substitution now with Kennedy picking up the foul, checking in for the first time, Jeremiah Williams. As the pressure persists, tipped away in the backcourt by the long arms of Zaire Lott. And now once again with 22 seconds remaining, Wolcott will have to go the length of the floor. As it's inbounded now to Stevens. He pumps, he's trapped in the corner. Pressure's nearly broken, lots of contact met by Drew Williams, and now a breakaway. Zaire Lott now, easy layup and 2 for his first bucket of the night. Now less than 10 seconds to go, no look pass underneath. Pump fake, Tawaya lays it in. So Carol Tawaya, just as the clock was about to expire, that shot will not count. Gets Wolcott back into single digits as we come to the end of the first quarter, and Career Academy leading the Wolcott Eagles 21-12 as we'll take a quick break and come back for the second quarter of action. This is Waterbury Boys High School basketball on YouTube. Welcome back to the Career Academy Gymnasium. We have an interesting matchup brewing here with the Career Academy Spartans leading versus the visiting Wolcott Eagles 21-12 here at the start of the second quarter. And what's been a slow start for Wolcott is they dug themselves a little bit of a hole early with a lot of early turnovers in that first quarter versus that Career Academy pressure as it's inbounded now as we're underway. Up top, Stevens, man-to-man defense from Career Academy. Nice pocket pass inside, through the contact, and in. At number 23 for Wolcott with the nice lay-in, even better pass from Moraes. So now the lead is 7. Up top, Williams plays with it, gets through the defense, pull up underneath, no good, a lot of dribbling. Not a good result. Is now quickly back the other way. Moraes, no look pass inside. Outlaw with the bucket. And now the lead shrinking even more, down to 5. We're not even a minute into the second quarter, but Wolcott coming out inspired here in the second frame of action as now a screen is received. Drew Williams now crosses over through contact. So we have a charge. Drew Williams picking up his second such foul That's his second of the day, team 6th, as he will presumably come out of the game now, and so will Aiden Cross. So we have a couple substitution back into the game. Sonny Pierce with 2 fouls and Jason Kennedy checking back in. So now Wolcott getting possession back. Inbounding it now, the diamond pressure waits, poked away in the backcourt. Looks like we have a push foul here on Jeremiah Williams. So now inbounding it 90 feet from the basket. No, check that. In the bonus is Wolcott, I should say. 17 fouls for Career Academy. So now Wolcott will walk the length of the court, and Javon Moraes will shoot his first free throws of the night. Possibly 2, but 1 and 1 at least. So now the foul is starting to add up here. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. As the first free throw is up and good for Moraes, and the high arcing free throw. So he'll get another one as a reward. Now cutting the lead and chance to cut it in to it even more. As the shot is away, no good off the back iron, so the lead remains 4. As we're now 1 minute into the second quarter as Kennedy comes back the other way. Kennedy hezzy dribble now, thinks about the pull-up. Now met up top by the switch. Pull-up jumper now from the free throw line, no good. And Moraes comes down with the board. Quickly up ahead at Wolcott. Runs out of space though as he stepped on the line, turnover. So a missed opportunity there for Wolcott. They turn it back over, and checking back into the game, Dasani Yates, Dylan Rossi, some hard-earned minutes, checks out. As Career Academy comes back the other way, Jeremiah Williams remaining in the game, crosses the timeline and meets the Wolcott man-to-man defense. So a quiet night early for Zaire Lott as he drives in, out of control, no call. Quickly back the other way comes Wolcott, bounce pass Stevens through the defense, no good. And now back the other way comes Pierce. Pierce now, shovel pass inside, up and good for Jason Kennedy, who's the leading scorer for the night. Nearly turned over again, deflected out of bounds from Lott. Wolcott will keep possession, down 6. So now thought about the baseball pass, nothing doing. Met by the defense again, fight for it. Moraes over the shoulder pass, nifty there. Nice pass inside from Tawaya, and Outlaw gets the bucket, and he's up to 6, and the lead is down to 4 with 6:04 remaining in the second quarter. Coach Ronan O'Leary wants to put a stop to that. Calls a timeout to settle his guys down. Full timeout. We'll take a break with 6:04 remaining in the second quarter. Career Academy leading the Wolcott Eagles 23-19. This is DET Sports Media, Waterbury Boys Basketball on YouTube. Welcome back into the broadcast booth here at the Waterbury Career Academy Gymnasium as the huddles break and we look to get back into action. Career Academy ball is all but one of their starters in the game. Only exception, Jeremiah Williams, is in instead of Jason Kennedy, who's taken a rest. As now Drew Williams receives the inbounds, but a furious start to the second quarter from Wolcott now as Williams crosses the timeline, hands it off to Pierce. Career Academy looks to find something, fakes the back cut, pull up 3 from the corner, no good, and Wolcott comes down with the rebound. So now a chance to cut into the lead even more. Chance to make it 2 or 1 is now Career Academy in a zone. Tawaya throws it off the leg of a defender. Fight for it, comes up with it, defense in scramble mode. Pull up jump shot is up, no good, another fight for it, but away with it eventually comes Sonny Pierce. Now he crosses over into traffic, off a glass, no good. Tawaya with it. If he looked ahead, he had a guy, crosses over now instead. Shaky dribble, Williams all over that. So now he resets, as now Moraes pump fakes the pass and now resets on the defense, picks up his dribble though. There's now that zone waiting back, dangerous pass, but Stevens receives it. Too many passes there, it's off a couple of hands and eventually out of bounds, Career Academy ball. So Stevens found some space in that new 2-3 zone that Career Academy whipped out for that possession. We'll see if they stick in it as they nurse a 4-point lead now, a couple of minutes into the second quarter. Now Career Academy swinging it up top. Pierce spin move, sorry, that's Kennedy with the contact, nearly makes it in, but no good. So the foul on number 3, Javon Moraes, that's his second on the Career Academy transfer. So Kennedy will head to the line for 2, but that could have been a sweet move if he would have finished it off of the inverted spin. So now he'll settle and wait. The shot is up and good. So Kennedy now in the double figures. He's up to 10, first player to get there. He has a chance to grow his point total with one more free throw. Second free throw is up and he nails them both. So we have a substitution now. Zaire Lott checking back in the game. And Jeremiah Williams coming out. So now the starting 5 in for Career Academy as they get back into that pressure defense. Across the timeline easy this time was Wolcott. Tough pass through traffic into Tawaya. 3 balls up, air ball, and Lott coming down with the rebound. Now quickly back the other way, Pierce off a glass. No good, put back no good from Lott. And now 3 on 2 if they hurry. Stevens, nice lane. Inside, going left to right with a nice bucket to bring the lead back to 4. Quickly back the other way, Yates, Euro step in the lane. But he's grabbed in the paint. So a foul underneath now. That foul is on number 23 on Wolcott. So Career Academy will inbound it underneath. So now Yates receives it, hands it off to Williams. Williams waits, drives left, kicked it open in the corner, pump fake for a second. It was Pierce. Pierce loses it for a second, but it's knocked out by Stevens, so it'll stay here at the halfway mark of the second quarter. So now Williams calls out the order, shuffling the feet for a moment. There was Yates into the corner. Lott pulls up from 3, no good. The tough shooting night continues for Zaire Lott as an offensive rebound inside for Jason Kennedy, but we have a foul underneath. And it's on Jason Kennedy. So that's his second now, team's 8th. But because they were on offense, no shooting, just another length of the court trip for Wolcott as Career Academy stays in that pressure. It's now Tawaya in the middle, nearly double dribbles. And now quickly up ahead, Moraes. Moraes now drives into the paint. Tawaya kicks it out. Stevens resets, now driving into the paint. Thought about the floater, now passes it away and out of bounds out to Career Academy. So a helter-skelter possession there results in a turnover for Wolcott, as they're in double figures for turnovers on the night, and we're only in the first half. It's now Drew Williams into the offense. Wolcott waits back in a sort of matchup zone, but now rebound and back the other way. Outlaw with the rebound. Stevens pushes ahead, and we have a charge. Tough call there. Offensive foul on Terrence Stevens, so his first foul tonight, 5th on the team, as Dasani Yates and him collide on the shot, but going back the other way is Career Academy, so another turnover for the Eagles. As Pierce now receives the inbounds and walks it up. Wolcott now back in their man-to-man defense. As a couple of screens come, switches now, as they're in a switching man-to-man to kind of negate the picks. Now Pierce makes a move, gets inside the paint, and a nice floater for Sonny Pierce, as now it's the second Career Academy Spartan in double figures. As now Tawaya quickly gets it up ahead, breaks the press. Defense gets back though, so no harm, but Wolcott will get back into their offense now. This Career Academy waits in a 3-2 zone. Stevens thinks about pulling. Another pump fake there from Moraes as now Stevens pulls from deep. We have our first 3 of the game for Wolcott, and Stevens gets into double figures, a place he's frequented a lot this year, and the lead is down to 3. So now the switching man here, pull up 3 of his own for Zaire Lott as his cold shooting night continues. Stevens quickly pushes ahead, drives in, nice layoff pass over to Quentin Outlaw for the deuce. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a 1-point game with 2 minutes remaining in the half. So now Pierce up ahead, defense switches. He pulls up for 3 straight away. Another miss on the 3 for Career Academy. And we have a foul in the backcourt on Dasani Yates. And that'll result in free throws on the other end. And Wolcott with a chance to take their first lead of the night. So Javon Moraes walks to the free throw line. Nobody from Wolcott into rebound, so 1-and-1 opportunity. First shot is up, and the lead will remain in the hands of Career Academy at the moment, as the first of 1-and-1 is missed. So now Drew Williams gets inside, floaters up short. Fight for the rebound, now breakaway, nobody back. Stevens inside, touches the rim. Not gonna call that one a dunk. We'll call that a layup with style, as Wolcott takes the 1-point lead. As now Drew Williams, no shot, takes the bump. Draws the foul and puts the Career Academy Spartans in the bonus. So he'll head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 chance to take the lead back. As Wolcott with a substitution now checking into the game for the first time, Sam Berninger for Wolcott. As now Drew Williams will go to the line for 1-and-1. And a chance to take the lead back with 88 seconds remaining in the first half. First shot is up and good, so tie game at the moment. And a chance to take the lead back is Drew Williams at the free throw line for the second half of the 1-and-1. Williams waits, settles, shoots, and misses. The back end of the 1-and-1, and now a turnover right underneath the basket. And the lay-in is good for Sonny Pierce, who's up to 12 off of the steal. The pressure keeps up, but quickly broken into the front court now as Stevens gets it over to Moraes as they'll reset. Can't give Stevens too much space. He's proven he's got some range out there. Now he gets it back, thinks about it now. He's got the space. As they'll wait with 1:03 remaining in the half. As it looks like Wolcott will look for a good shot underneath, inside, and good for Berninger. Just checked into the game for his first bucket, and we have ourselves another Wolcott lead. We're all knotted up at 30 apiece. So now Cross with it for Career Academy, gets it to Williams. Williams going left. Hezzy now into the corner for Pierce. Pierce back to Williams. Skip pass to Cross. Cross hop step 3, no good. And the rebound by Stevens underneath, off the foot of the defender in the backcourt. A fight for it, and now thrown off the leg of the defender. Dasani Yates with 20 seconds remaining in a tie ball game in this first half. So now substitution out of the game comes Pierce. Checking back in is Williams. That's Zaire Etzen checking into the game for the first time, the senior guard. It's now quickly getting it in to Moraes is Wolcott. Now with 13 seconds remaining in the half, Moraes drives through some contact, gets it inside and in. Quentin Outlaw into double figures, and Wolcott retakes the lead. 3 seconds remaining. Pull up 3, no good, short, and the bucket will not count on the putback. And Wolcott will head to the locker room with a 2-point lead over the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans in their own gym. Headlines from the first half: Sonny Pierce and Jason Kennedy leading the way for Career Academy, 2 players in double figures with 12 and 11 respectively. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, Wolcott, 2 players in double figures, Terrence Stevens with 13 and Quentin Outlaw with 10. So an interesting ball game. Career Academy owned the first quarter, but Wolcott storming back in the second. So we have an interesting second half on tap, but we'll take a break and come back for the start of that action. But for now, we'll rest, as the teams will too. This is Waterbury Boys High School Basketball on DET Sports Media on YouTube. Welcome back into the broadcast booth here at the Career Academy Gymnasium on the north end of Waterbury. And what's been a tale of 2 quarters here, as we're about 60 seconds away from the start of the second half, as Career Academy sticking with this diamond pressure zone press basically throughout the game, early on, forcing turnover after turnover after turnover, jumping out to a double-digit lead in the first quarter against Wolcott. But as the game wore on, Wolcott seemed to find some spaces in the pressure and break it with some relative ease, pushing up ahead most of the time. Terrence Stevens, with his exceptional acceleration, leading the way for both teams with 13 on the evening in the first half. But Career Academy trailing only by 2 and not shooting the ball particularly well, hitting only 1 outside shot so far. But plenty of time to change that, as we are just about set to start. As once we get instructions, we'll get going. This is boys basketball on YouTube. So opening possession of the second half will belong to Career Academy, with their chance to either tie or retake this lead early, as they look to regroup and try to get back on track here at their home gymnasium. As we are underway here in the second half, is now dribbling up top is Sonny Pierce. Zaire Lott looking to get going, only 2 points on the night. Now Yates, nice pass inside, but unable to handle it with Zaire Lott. And an early turnover for Career Academy. So Career Academy falls back out of that diamond press and now looks to do a little half-court quasi-pressure as they fall back into their man-to-man defense now, as Stevens receives it up top. Crosses, bad pass inside, tipped away from Yates and taken the other way by Kennedy. Kennedy, some fancy dribbling up top, pump fakes a couple times, shot is up and good. So Jason Kennedy, first points of the second half. We are all knotted up at 32 apiece. So Moraes now plays with it up top, crosses over, hands it over to Stevens, who's met by the defender, Pierce. Now in Moraes, driving in, kicks it back out. Space closes up quick as he tries to get it inside, does to Tawaya. Tawaya loses it, picks up his own pass, tries to pass it through traffic again, but it's knocked away and stolen from Pierce, and he brings it the other way, not picked up. Tough pass inside, but tipped away from Outlaw, so it'll stay this way. So now inbounding is Career Academy. Kennedy waits up top, resets, gets the pick to go middle from Yates, pulls up from 3, leaves it right in the bucket. So Kennedy Now leading scorer early on gets the scoring going for Career Academy, ties it back up at 35 apiece. Or sorry, 30. They take the lead, 35-32. But we have a foul here on Career Academy. We'll see who it's on. That's on Dasani Yates, the senior big man, his second, team's first of the half. It's now Wolcott trailing again by 3. Throws it up to nobody. Miscommunication there. Quickly up ahead is Pierce. Pierce lefty lay-in is good. So a full timeout to talk things over is Anthony Gampetruzio, head coach of Wolcott, as he doesn't like what he sees early, as the lead given back up and grown to 5 now for Career Academy. As we're almost 2 minutes into the second half, third quarter. We'll take a quick break. This is Waterbury Boys Basketball on YouTube. Welcome back. The 60 seconds are up, and we are here in the broadcast booth at the Career Academy Gymnasium. As Career Academy, good start to the third quarter for them as they retake the lead and grow it up to 5. 37-32 as they look to get that pressure going in the backcourt again, but it looks like they'll fall back in to a man-to-man straight up in the half court. So now Stevens picks up his dribble, gets it to Tawaya, gets through the defense, up, misses the layup, but right there to collect it was Ferrucci, but he blows the bunny, and now back the other way. Missed opportunity comes Career Academy. Skip pass into the corner to Lott. Lott collects it, nice pass inside to the running Jason Kennedy for 2, and the lead's up to 7. As now quickly up is Moraes. Pressured up by Kennedy. Now Outlaw collects, drives by Lott, high dribble, picks it up. Stevens finds some space, now kicks wide open from the other side of the court. No good was Moraes. Offensive rebound by Outlaw, but blocked by Lott. Lott quickly up ahead, gets it to Williams. Williams, though, loses the handle. And now quickly up ahead is Stevens. Stevens 2-on-2 now. Pulls it back, has a man in the corner, but decides to wait. Now picks up his dribble up top, inside. Ferrucci gets his man into the paint, but blocked away from Dasani Yates, and now away comes Kennedy. Now over to Williams. Williams in and out dribble, kicks it out to Pierce. Pierce 3 balls up, straight away on line, but a little too hard, and no good. So the shooting woes continue from deep for Career Academy as Stevens now lines one up, off glass and in. So Terrence Stevens getting the scoring started in the second half for Wolcott and cuts the lead back down to 4. So now Kennedy tries one from his own side of the court, and that's 2 in a row for Career Academy. And he's up over 20. The lead's back up to 7. So now Moraes checked up top by Kennedy. Turns his back to him, now driving. 5 seconds count starts. Stevens now drives left, pull-up jumper off glass, no good. Good rebound by Ferrucci, but throws it high off the glass, no good. And now thrown away by Career Academy, stolen. Corner 3 ball pump fake, but now pull-up for Stevens, and that one's good. So Terrence Stevens starting to cook here in the second half, lead back down to 5 with 3:45 to play in the third quarter. As the pace is quickened a little bit, is now Kennedy. Shuffles his feet, Dasani Yates thinks about it. Now skip pass over to Kennedy, stays hot from 3. As he rips the nylon again. He's up to 24 now. As quickly up ahead is Ferrucci with 2 defenders checking him now. Stevens gets the screen, now drives left, finds some space, high floater over to the defender is good. So now Stevens up to 20. The lead back down to 6, so back and forth we go as the scoring is picked up a little bit here in the second half. It's now walking it ahead is Drew Williams. Yates wide open, they're giving him space. He's not ready to shoot, but who is? Kennedy, heat check, a little bit long there. So now we have a wild play there, nice behind the back dish. Kennedy to Pierce for the bucket. And the lead grows to 8, under 3 to play in the third. So now Moraes dribbles and waits. Crosses over, finds some space inside, loses it. Had some contact, but stolen away now. Quickly back the other way, Kennedy. Kennedy drives, floaters up, and good. So a timeout here from Wolcott. We'll check the length of it right here. But the Eagles will talk things over as the lead grows back to double digits for Career Academy, as Jason Kennedy really starting to cook here in the second half, up to 26 on the night. As we'll take a quick break here with 2:29 to play in the third quarter. This is Waterbury Boys Basketball on YouTube. So the second horn sounds and the huddles begin to break as we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Career Academy Gymnasium on the north end of Waterbury, Connecticut, as the home team Spartans open their lead back up as they retake it to start the second half and go on a furious run to grow it back up to double digits, 49-39, as we're back underway here with 2:22 to play in the third quarter. Now handed off to Stevens for Wolcott. Stevens finds some space, 3-ball way short, saved, but now numbers for Career Academy if they hurry. Kennedy now goes middle, pull up 3 again, no good. So 0 for his last 2 after getting hot. And now Dasani Yates loses it. Weird play there. Is now a skip pass inside, tried no looking, but the defense was all over that one. As now Stevens accelerates, lefty lay-in, good. So Terrence Stevens continues his streak here in the second half. So he's up to 22. So leads back down to 8. Drew Williams now the other way, crosses over, floater off glass, no good, little too strong. And rebound to Outlaw, up ahead now, Tawaya. Tawaya lays it up ahead and in. So nice look ahead pass by Wolcott to get behind the defense, cutting the lead now to 6. With 80 seconds to play in the third quarter, Drew Williams walks it up. Now hands it over to Sonny Pierce. Zaire Lott now with it, looks to drive, finds some space. A lot of contact, no call, back up ahead. Stevens behind the defense, drives up, draws contact, and he'll head to the line. So the foul on Sonny Pierce, that's gonna be his third. Only the team's first. So a very clean third quarter. I hope I do not jinx it. But now Terrence Stevens heading to the free throw line for 2. First shot is up and no good, rattles in and out. So we have a substitution to Sonny Yates checking out. Coming back into the game is Dylan Rossi for his second tour of duty. As now Stevens will settle at the free throw line for his second. Shot is up and good as it touches all parts of the rim. And the lead is down to 5 with 1:05 remaining in the third quarter. So now Kennedy waits, crosses, nice look inside. Sweet pass to Pierce. And Pierce now up to 18 on the night. And the lead's back up to 7 now, under a minute to play. As Terrence Stevens waits up top. Receives the screen, defense switches, double team now. Gets it over up top to Outlaw. Wild pass, but it's secured by Moraes. Moraes now dribbling, nice feed inside, but Zaire Lott swallows that one up and rejects it. And able to retain possession is Career Academy, driving now, skip pass to Pierce. Pierce jab, step, threes, up, no good, little long, but Drew Williams now fight for it. Big rebound and fouled underneath from Terrence Stevens. So he'll head to the free throw line, as we'll presume, for 2. So that's Stevens' second, team's second. See if he was in the act of shooting. As Coach Gampetruzio for Wolcott is not happy. He thought it was an over the back before the call. So we have a warning here by the official to him to cool it down a little bit. Next such instance will result in a technical foul. So now we're settled back in to basketball as Drew Williams to the line for 2. So he'll take his time. First is up and no good off the back iron. Substitution here. Aiden Cross checking into the game, as well as Zaire Etzen, as the guard combo of Kennedy and Pierce take a seat. And now the only 2 starters remaining in the game for Career Academy is Drew Williams and Zaire Lott, who looks to get going here late in this game. Only 2 points, uncharacteristic for the junior swingman, as the second free throw is up and good for Williams, as he's up to 6, 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Stevens now checked by Cross, dribbles left now. Good defense up top, nowhere to go with it. Picks up his dribble back the other way. Comes Lott. Lott now through contact, falls on his behind. Misses the lay-in, but he'll head to it for 2 free throws. As the officials look to settle things down and clean it up. As the foul is on number 21, Quentin Outlaw, his second, team's second. Or check that, team's third if I'm not mistaken, but either way, Lott will head to the free throw line. As we have an early substitution, has to stay off, 2 shots, so substitutions cannot be made. So we'll clear that up real quick. So now Lott settles, first free throw is up and good. Zaire Lott is now the substitutes check in into the game for the first time for Wolcott, James Larkin, number 2. And checking in for the first time for Career Academy, sophomore guard Makai Simmons into the game. So the second free throw good for Lott. Is now a long distance shot off the glass, doesn't hit the rim, as we'll head to the final frame of action. Dominant third quarter, just what the doctor ordered for Career Academy as they jump back out to double digits, leading 54-44, owning the even or the odd number quarters. The trend continues though. We should have a fun fourth up ahead for you. So we'll take a quick break and come back for the final frame of action. This is Waterbury High School boys basketball on YouTube. Welcome back inside the DET Sports Media broadcast booth as we are ready for the fourth quarter of what's been an entertaining back and forth game between Career Academy and Wolcott. As Career Academy jumped out to a 10-point lead, familiar territory, but it hasn't been a long stay in the double-digit zone for Career Academy as Wolcott, each time they've fallen behind, and fought right back, led by leading scorer Terrence Stevens, who's up to 23 points right now, but he's not the leading man on the night. Jason Kennedy with 26 for Career Academy as we are underway, final 8 minutes. And if it's as entertaining as the first 3 quarters, we should be in for a good one now. is now crossing the timeline is Javon Moraes. As he crosses away from the screen, feeds it inside. Wild pass, unable to be handled, stolen away from Career Academy. Kennedy now, even more wild shot. But a blocking foul on Wolcott, number 23, sliding his feet under the defender. Picks up the blocking foul, so 2 shots for Jason Kennedy, who's checked back into the game. So all but 1 starter remaining in there for Career Academy as the first free throw is up and no good, short, as the exception to that is big man Dylan Rossi, the sophomore center, is in there at the moment. As now Kennedy settles for a second. Shot is up and no good, short again. So free throw woes coming back to haunt Career Academy. Here is now a pull-up 3. Thought about it for a second, but now a moonshot up for Moraes, no good, and rebounded from Rossi. Quickly up ahead is Pierce. Pierce, nice dish inside to Zaire Lott for the lay-in. Nice pass up ahead as they pushed the tempo. Got the easy deuce now as crossing the timeline is Moraes, the Career Academy transfer, as he leaves it out on a platter for the defense. Now takes the screen. Check now by Drew Williams, drives middle. Now gets it to Outlaw. Outlaw nowhere to go. Williams right up on him, skip pass, fight for it. Rolling on top of it, and it's ripped away from Kennedy. Kennedy up ahead, 3-on-1. Drew Williams with the lay-in. Nice assist from Kennedy. Is now in the backcourt, a blocking foul on Career Academy. We'll see who it's on. And that is on Dasani Yates, or no, that can't be Dasani Yates. He's not in the game. Foul is on number 12, Sonny Pierce, so that's his 4th, so he's going to take a rest. Checking back in is Aiden Cross to keep the starting point guard out of foul trouble. Is now Cross checking Stevens in the backcourt. Stevens looking to accelerate, but pulls back. As he picks up his dribble right around the logo. Now Tawaya, wild pass into traffic, stolen away. And now back the other way comes Lott. Lott looking for some space, takes some contact, up, no good, gets his own miss. Back up and in. So Zaire Lott now up to 8. And Wolcott needs a timeout to talk things over, trying to get some energy before this one gets out of hand. Lead up to 16 now. 60-44 with 6:25 remaining in the 4th quarter as Wolcott talks things over. Can't let this one get too out of hand too quickly. And we'll take a break too. This is Waterbury Boys High School basketball. Welcome back into the broadcast booth at the Career Academy Gymnasium. We are about 95 seconds into, or a little bit longer than that. A couple minutes into the 4th quarter, 6:22 remaining in this game. As Wolcott looking to make one final push to try to get back into this one, trailing 60-44. Stevens skip pass up ahead. Moraes now crosses over, pulls it back. Stevens had some space for a minute, jab step. Thought about it, tries to go baseline, but cut off. Good defense from Drew Williams. So now Moraes thought about driving into traffic, but Aiden Cross, good defense, but a nice pass inside. Quentin Outlaw with the bucket, but a beautiful assist from Moraes. So they look to start a final run to try to make this one interesting. Career Academy looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal here. As Kennedy now receives it up top. Dribbling up top, met by 23 on Wolcott. Pull-up 3, partially blocked it looked like, and gathered by Stevens. Now up ahead to Moraes, and Wolcott looking to capitalize. Spinning inside the lane, too much dribbling inside, And now a lot of contact, poked away, and the other way it goes, turned over by Kennedy as Stevens hassled him in the backcourt. Now we have a substitution back in the game. Berninger for his second tour of duty. Checking in for the Eagles is now, with 5:20 remaining, Wolcott down 14, looking to start something as they roll it up the court to conserve some clock. Tawaya hands it quickly back to Stevens. Stevens contact Aiden Cross on the foul, his second. So in the shooting motion, he'll shoot 2 free throws. That's the third, scratch that, 4th team foul on Career Academy. Now Terrence Stevens will head to the free throw line for a pair. First shot is up and good. Nothing but net on that one. Is a substitution now. Rolling the dice is Coach O'Leary, with Sonny Pierce checking back into the game with 5:15 remaining with 4 fouls. With Jason Kennedy taking a rest. As now Stevens will settle again for his second of 2 free throws. Is up, rattles in, and good. So 25 now on the night for Stevens. 5:14 remaining in what's a 12-point game as Drew Williams jogs it up past the timeline. As Career Academy gets into their offense, Cross with it up top. Cross now hands it to Drew Williams, drives left, floater back middle, no good. Rebounded by Outlaw, and now gives it off to his man Stevens, who throws a cross-court dangerous pass. Picked off by Sonny Pierce, draws the foul. Can't complete the 3-point play, but will head to the line for 2. Terrence Stevens compounding his mistakes. Bad pass. And picking up the foul there now is Sonny Pierce will head to the free throw line for a pair. First free throw is up and good for Sonny Pierce, second leading scorer for Career Academy on the night. With 19 at the moment, chance to hit the 20-point milestone on this free throw. So the second shot is up and good. So 20 on the night for Pierce. Lead back up to 14, 4:51 to play, is a little bit of backcourt pressure for Career Academy as we have a foul on the drive. We'll see who it's on, as there were 3 white jerseys in the area code. As the foul is on 24, Drew Williams, his 3rd, team's 5th. So a couple more till the bonus for Wolcott. So now it's inside to Tawaya. Tawaya to Stevens. Stevens finds some space, draws the contact, floaters up and good. So Terrence Stevens a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way as he draws the foul on Dylan Rossi, his first, team 6th. Starting to make a living here at the free throw line. Shot is up, leaves it short, so no 3-point play for Wolcott. Lead remains at 12. As quickly up ahead is Pierce. Pierce over to Cross. Cross slaps the backboard as he lays that one home. It's now quickly inbounding it as Wolcott down 14 with 4.5 to play in the 4th. As Stevens now checked up top by Pierce with 4 fouls. Over to Moraes. Moraes now driving left, finds some space, wild layup, but contact inside from Cross. So that's his 3rd, team 7th, so moving forward, no matter what the foul, Wolcott will shoot free throws with 4 minutes remaining. But in this instance, Moraes has 2. First one is up and good for Javon Moraes. As the plays are shouted from the bench, Moraes will settle for the second, chance to cut the lead back down to 12. And he misses. Fight for the board, but Drew Williams muscles it away. Quickly up ahead to Pierce. Pierce juggles on the pass. Takes the pull-up shot, no good. And Tawaya with the rebound. Tawaya gets it poked away, but gets his own ball back. Now shaky dribble, skip pass over to Outlaw. Outlaw with a runway, loses it. Tawaya, though, gets it back. And Carol Tawaya gets the lay-in, so the lead up down to 11 with 3:50 to play. Pearson, no rush, he'll walk it over the timeline. He's met by Moraes. Gets the screen now, looking to find some space. Cross, not his shot, gets it inside. Right idea, as Rossi had some position inside, but it's thrown out of bounds as Cross will check out of the game. Coming back in, leading scorer for Career Academy, Jason Kennedy, is now rolled into play. It's the ball for Wolcott as Stevens will start the possession. Wild pass, nearly turns it over and does. Up ahead, Drew Williams, lefty layup, no good. Bounces off the head of a couple players. Now Kennedy stops on a dime, pull up, no good, left it long, got his own board, up floater, good. So Jason Kennedy, fresh off the bench, scoring, gets the steal. And now quickly back the other way, Terrence Stevens, another chance for a three-point play. As with this free throw, he'll be up to 30 points on the night. So now Stevens, Settle's shot is up and good, so we have a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to play. As checking out of the game is Berninger. Back in 23 for Wolcott, and also Outlaw in the game. Is now full court man-to-man defense for Wolcott. Is now Pierce draws the blocking foul. Tough call there from Stevens. And even more bad news for Wolcott. That's Terrence Stevens' fourth foul. Team's fifth, so one more and he'll have to retire himself for the evening, but for the time being, Career Academy will side out, nursing a 10-point lead with exactly 3 minutes to play in this one. Inbounded it now, Kennedy. Dribbles middle, drives in, floaters up and good. So Kennedy now crosses the mark and he's at 30 points on the night. Now quickly up ahead is Wolcott. Inside 23, baby hook, no good. Fight for the rebound, Stevens, floater, leaves it short. Another fight for the ball, Tawaya can't get there in time. And with a 12-point lead, Career Academy will take possession back. There's now full court press here from Wolcott. Inbound it to nobody, now in the corner. Trapped for a moment, but now Kennedy comes away in space. And he crosses the timeline harmlessly with 2.5 to play. Finds some space on the baseline, drives in through contact, puts it up, no good. Tawaya up ahead, Terrence Stevens, nobody back. Lays it in for the easy two. So the lead back down to 10. Drew Williams now, double team for a second, now pulls it back out. No rush, no shot clock in the NVL, as he'll wait for the defense to come check him. Screen waits, has some space, nice roll inside, but a block, but a foul. Javon Moraes, nice rotation, but foul inside. And Dylan Rossi will head to the free throw line for 2. So now the 6-team foul on Wolcott. Next one puts Career Academy into bonus. So it's a free throw frenzy for the last 2:02 of this game. But for the time being, Dylan Rossi will look to get on the scoring sheet for the first time tonight. So head to the free throw line for 2. First shot is up and no good off the back iron. But Rossi will have a second shot at it. As he receives the rock, settles, shoots and leaves it off again. Rebound by Outlaw, and Wolcott chance to cut into single digits as we cross the 2-minute mark. Now going baseline, loses it off his own foot is Moraes. A bad time for a turnover there for Wolcott. Minute 52 remaining as they'll look to extend the defense out again. Nobody back on Rossi if they want to launch it. As now it's inbounded to Kennedy. Kennedy now one-on-one with Moraes. Drives in, no rush. Risky pass, but now goes around the horn, ends up in the hands of Sonny Pierce. Sonny Pierce finds some space. Dangerous play. No call. As Pierce shaken up on the play, makes the layup. As he's shaken up, he took a hard fall as he went skying up. Crashed to the floor. We'll see who the foul is on. Foul is on Javon Moraes. I believe that's his fourth. Now as the training staff goes over and tends to Sonny Pierce, who remains on the ground after a dangerous fall. Shocked that was a no call. Whether it go a block or a charge, just pick one. You can't swallow your whistle on that play. Is now a round of applause for Sonny Pierce as he's to his feet, but he's still visibly shaken up down there. Let's hope he's okay. As he slowly walks to the bench, and we'll presume his night is over with 95 seconds to play and a 12-point lead. It's a hard fall. He'll sit on the bench, and we'll have a timeout here breaking the action. 95 seconds to play in this one. 12-point lead for Career Academy. We'll be right back here in the Career Academy Gymnasium. This is Boys High School Basketball on YouTube. So the huddles break, and it's honestly a strange, bizarre play. So we had an injury, an injury timeout, and now coming out of the timeout, it'll be Wolcott inbounding it. And not that Career Academy will pressure, but he would have been able to run the baseline, was Quentin Outlaw, because it is technically off of a made basket, off of the shot by Pierce. It's now back the other way as Moraes hands it off to Stevens. They got to manufacture some offense quick. As he drives in into space, runs out of it, gets his own ball back, as now we have a foul on the reach-in. Jeremiah Williams getting a little too handsy inside. He picks up the foul, as now Terrence Stevens looks to add to his scoring total, shoot 1 and 1 here at the charity stripe. First shot is up, live ball, but it is good for Stevens. So he'll have a second shot now. As Wolcott looking to get a sub in after the shot. It is up and short, so the sub will have to wait. Fight for it underneath. Rossi with the board, quickly up ahead to Lott. Lott pulls it back, no rush with the lead as Career Academy now. Nice shimmy dribble up top from Kennedy. Is now Andrew Williams almost with a sweet move, but just a little bit out of control on the dribble, and he turns it over. So bad turnover with 68 seconds to play, 11-point game. Wolcott not out of this yet, but they're gonna have to make something happen on this possession. Pulls up, short jumper from the baseline is good from Terrence Stevens, who continues to score. Now lead to 9. There's a nice snatch back dribble there from Kennedy. Kennedy drives in, loses it though. No business doing that, as now Stevens pump fakes inside through contact, and another bucket for Terrence Stevens. As he's up to 36 in the lead, down to 7 with 41.9 to go. So don't go anywhere yet, folks. We are not done here, as another timeout, full timeout for Career Academy. We'll take a quick break as well. With 41 seconds to play, we'll be right back. This is Boys High School Basketball. So the first warning from the Zebras as we're back here in the broadcast booth at Career Academy Gymnasium. Wolcott not done yet, looking to make a late push. Waited all fourth quarter to start making a run. But with under 2 minutes to play, a little bit of life from the Eagles. They look to cut in to this Career Academy lead. Now down to 7, 70-63 with 41.9 remaining. It's now walking the baseline. Underneath was Williams, quickly into Pierce, who's back into the game after that scary fall. As the pressure is broken, Lott thought about a three, no need to take it. Drives into traffic, now gets it to Pierce. Pierce, another hard fall. This time he draws the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2. So fearless take from Sonny Pierce, both with 4 fouls and 4 lives taken off his 9 with that take. Sonny Pierce showing incredible toughness coming back into this game to close it out. So the foul is actually on number 23 on Wolcott. That is his 5th. So he's done for the night. Wolcott takes the opportunity to get a huddle in. Drew Williams part of that huddle, right in the middle of it. He wants to know what's going on in the Wolcott play. Some gamesmanship going on. Now Sonny Pierce settles. We have a break. And now checking in is Berninger for Wolcott. The 5 for Wolcott, Berninger, Outlaw, Tawaya, Moraes, and Stevens leading scorer for the game with 36 at the moment. As now Pierce, first of 2 free throws, is up and good. Touching all parts of the rim. And he'll get another one. So the lead up to 9 as Pierce hits the second free throw. So now Stevens is going to have to hurry, less than 30 seconds to go, down 9, pull up 3, and looks like we have a foul. Worst case scenario for Career Academy. We'll see if it's 3, but it's 3 free throws. Yep, so Drew Williams picks up his 4th foul of the evening in just about the worst way imaginable, stopping the clock and sending Terrence Stevens to the free throw line for 3. The first one's up and no good. Can't take advantage of it. So shaky free throw shooting on both sides. And that might be what ends up sinking this Wolcott ship. As the second free throw is up and no good again. So 0 for his first 2, 1 more remaining. Chance to take advantage. It's out the window there. As now Stevens settles, 3rd free throw, up and good. So Stevens 1 of 3 from the line. He's got to be exhausted. Played just about every minute of this game. As Tawaya will come out. Coming into the game is Larkin for the 2nd time. His full court pressure not giving up is Wolcott. As they get it in, Pierce up ahead, Lott breaking the pressure. And we have a blocking foul. No shot. Tough call. Wolcott coach does not like that one. I tend to agree with him. As the foul is on number 20, Samuel Berninger. As it looked like Lott extended that off arm, but regardless, 1-and-1 opportunity here for Zaire Lott. As the first one is up and good. I don't think any of the players realized that was a live ball, but it doesn't matter, it went in. As now checking back in is Sonny Pierce for the last 19 seconds. Dylan Rossi checks out. As now Lott settles up and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 9 points for Zaire. It's now pushing up ahead is Wolcott. Shot is up and good for Moraes. So now a foul for Terrence Stevens, and that will do it for him as he picks up his 5th foul on the night. And he will take a rest with 37 points. So the effort certainly there, but falling just short, it would seem, is Wolcott. So now to the line, Sonny Pierce. His substitution needs to be made for Terrence Stevens to come out of the game. So now we have another break in the action with 4.6 seconds remaining. And what's looking to be a Career Academy victory, but not an easy one. The last time we were in this gym, they took care of business versus Watertown, 84-17. This one a little bit closer. And from the looks of it, Career Academy will come out on top. So Steven Hernandez checking in for Stevens for the final 4.6 of this game. Now Pierce settles. First free throw is up and good. So now one more remaining for Pierce, who's up to 25 on the night. Coming back into the game after a scary fall. Second free throw is up and good. So now 4 seconds remaining. Shot is up, will count, no good off glass, and that will do it, folks. In an exciting matchup, Career Academy comes out on top versus Wolcott, 75-66. Leading scorer for Career Academy, Jason Kennedy with 30 points. And Sonny Pierce trailing with 26. Zaire Lott just short of that double-figure mark with 9. Drew Williams with 8. And on the other side of the ball, Wolcott falling just short by 9. Can't knock the effort of Terrence Stevens. Fouls out, but with 37 points on the evening. Second leading scorer for Wolcott, Quentin Outlaw with 12. But they fall short, falling to 1 and 3 on the season, 1 and 2 in the league. And Career Academy, on the other hand, getting back above 500, 2 and 1 on the season with this victory. So that is it for us tonight. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube with DET Sports Media. This is Dave Woodruff broadcasting live. Thanks for joining us here on Waterbury Boys High School Basketball on YouTube and Public Access TV.
We'll be right back.